Alright guys, we officially have a predicament on our hands. Unfortunately, the title is not clickbait. So, okay. Recently when I was riding my bike, I noticed a slight sound. Oh, someone's making a weird noise. And then this morning I tried to diagnose the problem by taking the wheel off and doing some investigating. And when I took my wheel off, the freewheel was completely loose, which is definitely not supposed to happen. And because the freewheel was loose, the edge of it was grinding up against the inside of my bike frame, and it actually grinded away a good amount of my aluminum frame. I think the structural integrity is still there, it's not that deep, but it's definitely not good. And just for reference, this wheel is not the stock wheel on my bike, obviously. This is the NB Power brand, and it's a pretty generic direct drive hub motor. And the way I see it, I think there's two possible scenarios of what just happened here. And a major reason why I'm making this video is because I want you guys to leave some input in the comments below. I'll be very active in responding to the comments, and hopefully this video eventually helps somebody else out there with a similar issue. Okay, so clearly something broke on this hub motor, and it's because of my high-powered mid-drive, because that's what's attached directly to my freewheel. And to be honest, that kind of makes sense because the freewheel attachment here, it's probably more of an afterthought because most of the time with this, you're not going to be pedaling it, you're going to be using the hub motor. So it's very possible the freewheel was just a weak point and that's why it broke. But when I removed the freewheel from this, I noticed that a bunch of steel ball bearings also came off. So scenario one here is that the internal bearings of the wheel itself are completely bust, and that's what these balls are. If that is indeed the case, that means that this entire wheel and hub motor it's done for. Scenario number two is that just the freewheel itself broke, and I'm pretty optimistic on this because here is the broken freewheel, and here is a new one. And if we take a look at the new freewheel, it has all the spinning mechanics within it. But the old freewheel is completely hollow. There's no mechanics in here. In fact, I think half of the mechanics are still on the axle. This is made to remove freewheels. You can see that with the new one, it fits on perfectly. But yeah, it's missing. It's still on the wheel. Okay, so that explains why all the ball bearings came out. This freewheel completely just exploded with the power of the mid-drive. So if this is just a broken freewheel, that's good. That means that the motor and the wheel itself is completely fine and I can still use it. But there's only one way to find out. Oh my gosh, this is tight. See, a freewheel is designed to become tighter as the chain pulls on it. Okay, I need more leverage. Oh my gosh. Whew. Got it. Okay, so let's see. I just want the wheel to be okay. Okay, yeah, so this is the inside of the freewheel. Yeah, that's definitely toast. Now, yeah, the bearings of the actual wheel seem to be okay. I mean, here's the stock wheel on my bike, which I could put on if that is toast. But yeah, it looks to be okay. Okay, so I don't know why the freewheel broke. I mean, I guess the mid-drive is just too powerful. But I have a backup freewheel that I can put on, and hopefully it doesn't also break. Really wish I had a motor with a detachable cable. How is this gonna work? Put the spacers back in. Okay, so now it shouldn't rub on the frame. Might as well clean it off a little bit while I'm at it. Okay, got it all assembled. Just got to put the battery back on. Got the new freewheel. Hopefully this one doesn't explode. But the actual health of the axle and the hub motor seem to be okay. But we gotta do a test ride to make sure. Okay, we are back in business. Let's make sure it all turns on. Don't see why it shouldn't. That's the hub. That's the mid-drive. Let's see if this works and doesn't make weird noises. Okay, so the hub motor is working. Feels like it usually does. But when I spin the cranks, I still feel that same like gentle knock each rotation. I don't know if that's just a coincidence and the issue is actually fixed. Here, if I shut the motor off. You hear that? What's that little click? It's definitely not the freewheel because that's completely fixed now. It's a whole new freewheel. I can kind of feel it in my pedals a little bit, that click. So I'm going to continue to mess with this a little bit, see if I can resolve that little clicking sound. But if you guys have any input on the whole situation, I'll be very active in the comments down below. The hub motor does seem to be working perfectly fine. That was my major concern. So I'm glad this is working. But yeah, I'm going to continue to test. I should have more videos on my usual schedule every 2 or 3 days uploading new content because the bike is working luckily. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to mess with this, see what I can do, and I'll see you guys in the next one.